Yo, ni aje? Hapa ni nworksinc Radio Podcast episode 55. Asanteni sana, karibu. Tuko na mgeni hapa. Kama kawaida, utajiintroduce our local host.
I'm John Kariuki, physicist, and we have a very exciting topic today. Welcome on.
Karibu sana. Leo, episode ya leo ni episode 55. Leo tunaongea story ya International Space Race. Sasa space ni upo nje na ni space tu venye imeandikwa ni place hakuna kitu, lakini sasa kuna watu mostly the first world countries they want to own some of that space. Sasa kwa space kwanza let's define space. Space ni wapi?
Space is outside of our atmosphere, our planet's atmosphere. We can say it's a distance of about 50 miles outside our atmosphere.
Okay.
So whatever happens 50 miles above our atmosphere,
Hiyo ni kama 30 kilometers ama ni?
more than 50 kilometers.
50 kilometers ili. Oh, okay.
Going upwards.
Now. So does that also mean that it is where gravity ends? Yeah?
No, that is where gravity now becomes strongest.
No, towards the earth. I'm saying the internal gravity.
Yeah. Or the earth now.
Oh, that is when it becomes strongest.
Yeah.
It pulls with more velocity and more power.
Sure.
So here in the space race kuna the largest man-made objects outside our atmosphere. Hiyo kwa space ni ISS. Yeah. International Space Center. Si unaielewa?
Naielewa vizuri sana.
Ebu tu expound kidogo story ya ISS.
Okay, the ISS, International Space Station, it is a station whereby countries, the veto countries which have the veto powers, the sort of Russia, United States of America, we have France, we have Italy, Germany, those countries. So the history of how it came to be International Space Station is because once in the world that we are living in, what brings progress is about following the light.
Yeah.
And
Following the light.
Kufuata mwangaza. Na kuna competition imekuwa hapo mbeleni.
Okay.
I can call it by because the competition that was there in the 1940s during the Second World War to the space, it was between Russia and United States of America.
Yeah.
But
two countries. And what we were talking on our previous episode about the moon and
going to
Mars and all that.
Sure. So now, and I'm saying Russia because International Space Station has Russia, but before we had Soviet Union.
Oh yes, Soviet Union during the war. That is during the war.
Yeah, and it brings something very interesting to know that they had launched the object to the space in the Soviet Union.
Soviet Union, yes.
But it was so fascinating that one of the astronauts who went to space, he overstayed in space, and when he came back to Earth, he met Russia had already divided to parts like Ukraine, going apart, so there was no Soviet Union.
And then what happened?
So he did not have a country to come back to.
What?
Yeah. Because
hey, that's very interesting.
He overstayed in space, but he came back.
Yeah.
The only thing that he missed was he did not have a country to come back to.
Yeah.
And this is where now we are going to know how we are saying that we have an International Space Station whereby countries are coming to join
together
to join and form a certain object outside our atmosphere at space. And we are working together. So first thing, the station itself was not complete like we see it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think it inakaa kama kispider.
Like iko na wings. Hizo wings hazikuwa hapo ikioperatiwa na Soviet Union.
Ilikuwa tu kitube. Na sasa who launched that tube? It's the US first, right?
It is Russia.
Soviet Union. The Soviet Union launched the tube.
But I'm saying it was a conflict, and the conflict that was happening in Russia, in Soviet Union, it brought a lot of divisions. So what happened is that America came in. It came in as a collaborator and a helper. And this helper also needed a space in this station.
They need something out of it.
Because now we have Russia on the upper part, but we have other countries like now the current Ukraine on the lower parts of the Soviet.
True.
And Ukraine had an advantage over Russia because most of the stations on Earth were placed in Ukraine, or the part that Russia was not shared for Russia. Russia was given the
part of the space station.
Now I'm speaking about now you're on Earth, and there is a conflict there at Soviet, and they have come to an agreement.
They won't have separated.
Now they have already split. Now the countries which had advantages over Russia were source of Ukraine. Now Ukraine had stations on Earth now that they were observing we had space. So America came in as a helper in this conflict, but also as a collaborator in this conflict.
I understand.
These things. So what they did, they also went ahead to draft some policies that allowed other countries now to operate,
to join now the International Space Station.
So the way you see how it appears, it is not a manufactured thing that was manufactured in one day. It is something that had many countries come together, collaboration, design. Now, because all these objects you see in the space station, they have been joined. They were not there.
They were not there.
So there is a way, like if it is a shaft that needs to be entered in a certain engine, it had to, maybe you give that work to America. Then you need another part.
I think I read a bit about that. The connectors of because they were shooting the rockets, like to go there, to space. So when they were about to join, the connectors between the Russia, these things were made on Earth in different locations, different scientists. So the connectors were not the same. So they had to create a connector between the
station and this connector that is joining.
And it's a place where there's no air,
there's no gravity.
There's no gravity. And pressure, there's a lot of pressure. So that was also very fascinating, but they had to create something to join them. So apart from that, there are many interesting facts about the space station. So they say normally in a normal running, in normal year, there are always 10 people in going station.
To the station,
Not going inside
the station.
Inside the
station.
Because
it's so fascinating because you cannot even add 1 gram to the station. So even those people who live there, that's why we are saying our topic today is so interesting. Everything they recycle. Like tunasema mkojo, water, sweat. They have a technology there at currently as I'm speaking, I'm dissipating heat. That heat inside the space station is going to be converted to water. Water is very important in the space station. And what is so much interesting is that water you don't need to open a tap and drink.
It's a blob of water.
You need to open your mouth.
That is quite interesting because mostly the ISS, what I think has done is mostly about the research. Because just imagine you have all this water on Earth, and then imagine you can now recycle even the water that is inside that is in the atmosphere. Imagine even sweating. So they are controlling that environment in such a way that they can harness everything,
so they continue living.
And they eat food from sachets.
Sachets. You just put a pack inside your mouth and you eat. Then you wait. The time you are going to urinate on now, your waste is going to be
the water. It's going now to be pumped. They have so many complex devices and systems, because of course urine is toxic. It has a lot of, if you drink it like that, it's going to affect your body and everything. But they have so sophisticated machines for purifications. They even use UV light to kill all those bacteria and all those. Another fascinating fact is iko hapo kwa hewa. Iko hapo kwa hewa. Inaenda 28,000 kilometers per hour. As in, it goes so fast.
Yes, so fast.
So fast, because if it doesn't go that fast, it will drop to Earth.
Yes,
Because of it is just above
the path of the Earth.
the path of the Earth. Yeah.
So it is there and it is going fast. It is so the speed is very fast, land. If it comes to us, kuna kitu tunaweza sema tunaona lakini hakuna mtu anaona.
Hata walikuwa nasema ati unaweza iona sometimes.
Unaweza iona hadi kioko light says.
It's just like maybe like probably even some of us have seen it, but we didn't know. You thought it was a shooting star.
Sure. Because its space, it does not go as fast. But if it experiences the gravitation of the Earth, that speed, as it goes with that speed, it is 1 minute you're in Morana.
But also it's using the gravity of the Earth as well.
Yeah.
For it to go that fast, for it to go that fast, it needs to use the gravity of the Earth, because it's just between the pull and the push.
Yeah, it is just between the pull and the...
So that it uses very minimum energy. Because just imagine if you're using fuel to go at 28,000 kilometers. Of course, that would be sustainable. Sure. Another fact is it uses solar.
Yeah, solar. The wings that we see in the ISS, the station itself, are the solar in like so they have a way to harness the heat from the stars like the sun. Now, but those solars, the way they are set is so interesting. Because now look at our space station. It is observing what is happening here on Earth, and it needs to give accurate information on Earth as people there are communicating. Because there is the waves difference, the Earth waves and the gravitational wave. And it was so complicated in the first generations, those ones that they started going to the space and needed to communicate with people on Earth. They had even to use jets.
Jets that follow the...
They are parallel.
It's just so that the jet is the ones that come between. You communicate to the jet, and then the jet communicates to the...
and the other now communicates backward. It is a repeating cycle. But you know,
you come from afar.
From afar. So now, as the researchers, the scientists, and the engineers came to a conclusion, now we are going to input these solars. We are going to attract the weights and everything that is coming around our space station. What was so interesting and it required a lot of knowledge is how now the space station inakuwa na kishimo kia kuobserve.
Observatory. Una observe like
like hiyo shimo. Hii kitu tunajua Earth goes round ama ina rotate at its axis.
Its axis, yes.
So hii kitu pia yake iko na axis yake ina behave kama hii Earth. Now the solar systems zenyewe zimekuwa winged
zina change. Zina change because
change themselves.
So actually that is something I read, that those solar panels are always facing the sun.
Yes.
Whether it's down this side or up this side. So it's always harnessing energy from the sun.
And direct.
All the time.
All the time.
Another interesting fact is the ISS goes 16 times around the Earth.
16 times
in one day. They see how many? 16 sunsets. 16 sunrises. Sure. If you live there.
If you live there in the space station.
Per day. Per day.
Hiyo ni 24 hours yao.
4 hours yao umeona suns
and sun 16 na usiku 16. Ukiwa hapo ndani. Ndio tunasema hiyo kitu sasa ikakuja hapa kwa dunia hii. Ndani ya hii atmosphere tuko. Ile speed tunasema hiyo 28. Kama umeiona ikiwa Murang'a, hutaiona tena. Utaiona tena ikiwa Murang'a.
Unasikia inaenda around the earth 16 times. If yani around the earth hata Concorde ilikuwa inaenda I can't remember the exact. Lakini
cross Pacific Atlantic
Concorde it takes quite some time na ilikuwa fast. I think ilikuwa 6 ama 8 hours or something. We'll fact check that. The Concorde. Sure. unaona hiyo ni 8 hours na si round, hiyo ikuenda round.
Pacific
Itatua across. This one is going round.
16 times. Ni kama ingekuwa ndio dunia tungekuwa
Sasa saa zingine mimi hushangaa like what if that, because okay, acha nikuulize, from the sun, from the earth to space,
yes.
Unajua inatakini kama 8 to 9 minutes.
Yes.
Ndio.
Kulingana na the speed umedhrust na atmosphere.
Sasa simsi angekuwa akienda, if transport was that way, someone would have been going to space and then coming back. Msi ameenda. Una get your concept.
Because now kuna 8 minutes ngapi tuanze hapo 7.
We just unaweza enda home place. If you think about it in that perspective.
And the richest people in the world, like in Jeff Bezos, they beat that one. And I think they used 11 minutes.
They walika hapo sijui alikuwa 19 minutes, a total of 19 minutes or something.
It's
very short time.
Like we are
so just think about.
So the way it looks like is our journey there. Now it is somehow very simple. It's only that it is costly.
Yeah. Oh yes. You will go back to that, the technology.
Yeah, but it seems very simple because even currently the fight we are seeing between Iran, United States,
there's some fight in Israel. Yeah.
Now you see that like that fight is showing you how you can be going like this.
Supersonic. You see, like 28,000 kilometers per hour is supersonic. And
that is a very
supersonic
speed. Yeah.
Because now just imagine if you can just go up there. Na sasa this ice is okay. Well, first let's go back kidogo. Hii nayo ilitengenezwa the first hiyo part ISS ilienda huko on 20th November 1998.
Yeah.
Sasa hapo yani all last time imekuwa running
hizo siku zote na bado
you understand that technology is quite far away.
Yani what makes these things the fabrics, because even the station itself, it has a way of running away from the debris.
Yes, it has thrusters. Yeah.
Now and also in space kuna object bado zina move.
Exactly, yeah.
So like how do iki kimawe kinakuja kugonga hii sola na tunasema hiyo station vile iko ukipunguza 1 gram ama uongoze 1 gram hiyo kitu inaweza shuka.
Kwanza unajua wanasema ati hiyo station ni 450 tons.
450 tons. Imagine 450 tons, 450,000 kilograms.
So
we are not required.
Just think about it.
We are not required to either add weight or reduce weight on that.
A question is, how did they weight? Because of course they didn't weight on her.
Now, before you launch anything to the station or before you join, because most of the parts we are seeing, like
me joining, of course you're joining parts and parts.
Yeah. It is the engineering, we can call it a committee. Yeah. The engineers come along together. Then you are given like United States of America. You are going to create this chamber.
This part of the chamber.
Canada. You are going to create this part. And then the administration itself now is going to ensure where it is going to join, it does not like lift down. You know, in space hakuna chini na
it is always it is in space in short.
It's in space. So like the engineering, the electronic designers, the everything designer in our space station is given roads, and they are given in countries. In fact, even the astronauts in the station, they don't come from the same country.
Yeah, mostly yes.
Utakuta huyu ni Mkanada, huyu ni Muamerika, huyu hivyo. So hiyo collaboration ndio inasaidia sana kuhakikisha ISS yetu hatuongezei weight hadi gram moja.
Because now we have to consider all the other countries and all the other engineering concepts that have been used, so that now you don't interfere with exactly what juu imekuwa successful sahi, imekuwa si inaenda kufika
20 years.
Inaenda kufika 20 years na haijakuwa na shida, lakini kuna time isha stop, but it has thrusters, the emergency. So another concept nilisikia ni ati it is monitored 24/7.
It is more.
Kuna watu wako hapo hivyo all the time wanangojea wakiangalia.
Waone kama wewe kakikuja.
Everything, because now unaona at your speed. even if you hit something that is an object that is stopped hata kadogo hivi ukigongana nayo speed ujue lazima uko na injury. As in it has to affect you because of that speed is a bit is too much.
It's too much. Ni kama nduthi venye ipo na mbio ngonge gari imesimama.
Unaona mtu ndio yutoka nduthi maybe inarushwa because hiyo
ni kwa solar panels.
For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
And that is what we use in our topic today. And that Newton's law of motion.
Because
so si ati hiyo station ile tu iko hapo ikigongwa na mawe tu haitakuwa na impact. Hiyo impact inaifanyikia vibaya sana.
Exactly, because even a small thing in that speed is a big thing.
Is a big deal. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Si ati juu inakaa ni kitu kinyumba hii.
Ati yeye affectiwa na kitu yote. Umesikia iko 400 plus tons, 450 tons.
Sure.
Na bado inaogopa mawe.
Ni a very huge structure. Na inaogopa kama ndogo kaigonge hivi. Ni juu ya hiyo reaction and action.
For every action there is
an equal and opposite
because that
reaction.
Those are really amazing speeds and amazing concepts. When you think about them, they have quite amazing. Sasa kuna sasa ndio iende huko ilipelekwa aje huko.
Okay, now
sasa tuanze sasa. Let's go even back
kwa wazee.
Sasa turudi sasa tuko si tumesema ilikuwa 1998. Tuko hiyo 1998 ndio sasa. Before that
dunia sasa
tutafanya aje tupeleke huko. Sasa kuna kitu huko at the moment.
Interest ya binadamu ni kuexplore na ndio tunaita kufollow the light. So tukiwa huko kitambo kabisa kuna kuanga na history of war.
Yes.
And what I can say, war has brought a lot of progress.
True. Yes.
And I can say in physics we have something we call like ballistic. In current tunasema ballistic missile.
Ballistic missile.
But hapo kitambo tu juu hakukuwa na ballistic missile, you can say we have something we call ball hii ya kawaida ukigonga inaitanga hii.
Okay. Projectile, as in a projectile.
So today we are going to talk about a projectile. Right, in a way that China anapigana na hii country ingine in the 12 BC na huko nyuma.
Sasa tumerudi nyuma sasa. 12 samurai na huko hivyo.
Samurai. Na Ming Dynasty. Yes. So tunaongea about how. So walifika pahali wakaona ili hivi itatuendelee tutakuwa tunatumia kulikuwa hadi in war kama vile sahi jeshi tunapanganga mavifaru hivi. Vita za kitabu kulikuwa na stone throwers.
Catapult. Ni catapult. Hata kuna kimwaki. Okay. This thing.
So wale stone throwers hawakuwa wanatafuta wengi, lakini I can imagine walikuwa watu wameunga sana anarusha mawe mbali sana. So like waliendelea kidogo mbele kidogo.
Na hiyo bado ni projectile.
Wakaona sasa hawa stone throwers gunpowder haijakuja kwa dunia sahi. Kitambo kulikuwa na gunpowder ni vile hadi gunpowder yenyewe kama ni gun yao ilikuwa gun
kubwa
yanachomwa kama zile kofora ziko Fort Jesus
hizo za
mawe ya short foot ndio risasi
inatana hivi.
So walirahisishia stone throwers kazi juu walianza kudungililia mishare yao nini kwa hii gunpowder. Sasa kamshare sasa ukikatoa hivi pale kana
hiyo the burning of the gunpowder ina produce so much energy ina push out one side na iko na one side the only side ni where the arrow is
like moto. Sasa unaona ni gani moto inakukuta. So waliendelea wakaimprove hivyo. Those dynasties ndio nasema ni vita ilitusaidia kukuja hadi hapa tuko juu. Hakuwa najua kuna kitu tunaita thrust. Wana observe. Juu kwa dunia hiyo ndio nimesema hii mpira hivi unaigonganga hapo penye inaendanga ni kama hii two distance ile projection. So hii mshale pia vile walikuwa inaenda tu hivi. Like sasa tukakuja sasa hivyo after hizo vita nini bado
gunpowder ndio hiyo.
Thrust hakuwa najua ni nini. Thrust kwa physics ni kama wewe vile sasa umeketi. Sasa vile mimi tumeketi hapa tuko na energy na bado ni vile tuko stationary.
Tuko stationary no energy.
Tuko
With our energy. Both potential and kinetic.
Lakini hii hewa iko hapa juu yetu ikatolewa, tunaweza hita
ama change in atmosphere.
Sasa sheria hii tunasema for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Nikirusha ile mpira vile nilirusha hivi, kuna energy inaendanga na unarudi nyuma. Na hata bunduki ukipigwa risasi, huyo polisi kuna ile
Kuna hiyo nini, kuna hiyo
sasa
recall.
Vile human might ibe Mungu vile alituumba ni kama tunaendelea kukua werevu tukienda mbele. So walikuja kutengeneza rocket sasa. Na nataka kuelewe rocket ilikuja ndani ya space station.
Oh, of course, because hakuna venye unaweza peleka kitu kwa space na hujatoka kwa dunia.
Ndio nimesema tulianza huko kwa vita za kijiji na
mawe. Hivyo tumeanza paka kwa guns, tumeanza na mawe, tena kwa guns, gunpowder, mishale, sasa tuko
rocket sasa. Tumeona sasa
because zote ni going ni kitu na push forward.
Like if you look at a rocket vile hu launchiwa kutoka forward, ni thrust hutumika. Thrust hutumika aje? Sisi tunaonanga ikirusha mioto chini.
Moto.
Hiyo moto inarushangwa chini, kuna kuwa na moto inarushwa mbele. How a rocket is arranged kutoka pale mbele, kuna kuwa na part sasa ya fueling. Na hapo pa fueling ndipo ninasema kwa space hakuna oxygen. So fuel ya hii rocket, hiyo mpira tumetupa
lazima
uibebe. Lakini juu huwezi beba hiyo fuel sana juu fuel mingi sana vile tumesema kaa kitu inatembea
28,000 kilometers per hour.
So unatengeneza substance ya oxidizing. Unajitengenezea oxygen yako huko ndani. So kuna chamber iko na oxidizer. Hiyo oxidizer ndio hiyo sasa tunasema kuna hydrogen ile inahitajika kubana huko. Kama fuel. There is a name for the fuel now after oxidizing agent now comes. So hii yenye unaonanga hii moto inamwagwa hapa chini. Ni ile oxidizer sasa ya huko kuitoa sasa kuicreate hewa nyingine. So it's about thrust. Thrust ni in very simple terms ni kucreate hewa nyingine, kufungua hewa ukiwa umedissipate hewa nyingine.
Kudissipate
yani kutoa hewa hivi kuweka hewa hivi.
Nitaka kureplace.
Yani gari kureplace. So ni hivyo tu tunasema action equals to reaction. Opposite. In the opposite direction. So key station yetu ama tuendelee kidogo na
tuendelee kwa technology. Rocket bado sijajua vile imepanda sasa juu ilikuwa
ikienda kwa space inaendanga ikiachilia now the chambers na hizi chambers
zenye imebeba hizo ma oxygen na hizo liquid gas.
Kunaweza kuwa na mavitu za mnaenda observatory nazo na pia hizo hurudi kwa in fact SpaceX Elon Musk yake isharudi pale
yake ndio inarudi.
Kuna nyingine inarudi na kuna nyingine hata juzi amewekelea huko juu. So how now it happens going huko kwa space ni ati inaendanga sasa inakuta bahari ni kama flotation iko. Kuna low iko hapo ya kufloat. Hapo ndipo nasema imesha penetrate atmosphere ya Earth kama
50 ishapita sasa hii gravitational pull ya Earth yenyewe.
Na ni haraka, ni ile speed ndio tunasema seconds kama ni 11 minutes
9 minutes ishafika
huko space.
Juu sasa haiwezi enda slow, itaburn too much, ita waste your fuel, ita waste your thrust.
Na pia ile weight tunasema hiyo uzito yake inaweza ifanya sasa kapunjike.
Nini ya sasa?
Rocket itself. Like ikadelay kidogo. That is why you are moving
you have to go very fast.
Ni kimuti kimesimama. Na hiyo kimuti tu kimeonyeshwa formula ni
panda hivi juu.
So nasema in case hadi pale kupenetrate the Earth's atmosphere to the space. Ikadileishia inarudi ikiwa kitu kimevochika ili turudi kama so like ina penya at the atmosphere. So when it penetrate as it goes now inaanza kuachilia.
Juu sasa imebeba fuel
na nini.
Actually niliona mostly as in hiyo tuseme structure ili kubwa hivi. Hiyo part 2 ya juu ndio inakuwa imebeba payloads. Hiyo payload inamaanisha the astronauts and then maybe the satellites or whatever it was taking. Juu kuna zingine zenye zinaenda hata bila crew.
Crew ataijoinia huko.
Mtajua venye so ina hiyo payload sasa. So hiyo the fact that kutoka chini kupanda 70% of that body inakuwa ni fuel.
Ni fuel 70%, yani hapo ni maji. Imagine
Na ni kuchoma, unachoma hiyo ni moto azinio ni
the chamber
unasemanga mdo kuchoma ngata
ni kuchoma hapo,
na hiyo inaenda na the other thing niliona ni ati calculations are ziko like to the millimeter. It is so big. Unajua kuna vitu zingine they are so interesting. You might think that since this thing is so big, iko na margin kubwa ya error. So unapatanga it's very different. Yeah. A big thing has very small margin of error. Yes. Even a small thing has a bigger margin of error. Sema kama simu yako kuharibika, iko more likely kuharibika. Iko rocket kushinda kupanda.
Kweli.
Una imagine, that is a whole different concept because you might think hii ndiko ati kitu yako yenye unatumia daily ndiko iko more ko better because unaishika uko nayo. Ati hii ingine since ni kubwa hivi ati kitoboka kidogo hapa ama ikigongwa venye tumesema about we were talking about even with the ISS is in space like ikigongwa na kitu ikigongwa na kitu hata kadogo na ndio kubwa hiyo sasa ati ndio ina affect. So that concept is quite interesting. So lazima iende to the detail. Unapata huko space ndio wanafanya hizo research. The other thing that inani interesting na ISS ni ati unaona sasa wako space hizo countries hata kama zina fight huko wasee wako kimoja,
watu wako kimoja Muamerika kwa hapo, Mrussia kwa hapo, they are
all collaborating there. So the other question was like because they are what am I say, the individual private companies zenye zinaenda kulaunch hizo satellites zao kwa space. Sasa who owns space ukiulizwa ama unaweza not
who? No, space I can say it's a competition.
It's like a competition of technology.
Yes. Because before, like right now America is leading, but Russia initially was
Japan was leading.
But do you know even right now Russia is not number 2.
It's number 1.
No. China is number 2.
What?
Yes, China is number 2.
So right now it's anyone's race.
It is anyone's race. And we have seen sorts of SpaceX, Elon Musk.
Actually, that's where I wanted us to go because I've seen site tumeongea mostly about countries and the private companies zenye zimeanza kuingia kwa space. Hiyo space race na hizo vitu ziko hapo. Sasa kuna Virgin Galactica ile Richard Branson. Yes. Kuna Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos zenye ilipeleka celebrities to space.
Hiyo walienda tu na
kasaba
akarudi. Hiyo mtu hata angekwambia nimepewa space unadanganya.
That is so interesting. Yani hata wewe siku moja
dakika kadhaa hazijaisha
usharudi
ya nini.
Sasa kuna SpaceX yenye sasa ndio inajulikana sana na hiyo ndio imechangamka sana like
yes, SpaceX launch
Elon Musk.
Sure, congrats to that guy because he has brought competition at a level that most of us that
especially resurfacing ku reuse rockets. Unajua kitambo kuna reuse rockets.
Sure.
Even now this is the time that Virgin Galactica ndio wanajaribu ku reuse. Hakuna inyesha
zake ana reuse
zote
ni moja tu ili miss.
So what I think for now tutafika hapo because nataka we said it's going to be a 3-part episode. This is the second part. We were talking about the space station and it's been a very good and interesting conversation. And next episode will be about now our private companies wako na pesa ngapi, wanafanya nini, wamelaunch mara ngapi. It's quite interesting when you think about it because like as we said, the big things need the most attention and the small things and vice versa, especially and vice versa. So basically, thank you so much for watching. Tumefurahi sana na muendelee kutusupport na good things are coming. Thank you for our subscribers. Continue sharing. Oneshe pia huku kuna maengineer. Tuko na maengineer huku hivi. Tunapiga ma story hapo zenye ni interesting, zenye you might not be able to get it in this language yenye tunaongea. Na kama kawaida tuko na radio station pale kwa mtandao. If you wanna listen to Kenyan music, specifically Kenyan music, unaweza enda kwa browser, unaandika bit.ly/nwks radio. The RA is capital. Asante sana.